Welcome. This is Seriously Speaking. And today, as we've been doing the whole of this month, we're talking politics. But just a few days to the Democracy Day, I've decided that I will allow at least a few of the people who are showing interest in occupying the highest office in our country to speak. And this is not because I'm interested in their manifestos, at least not now. For now, what kind of people are those who are jostling to say, I want to take up that position? When I return on the show, I'll meet one person who is a Fulani by birth, but has lived in Lagos most of his life. And now he says he thinks he's capable of running this country. I'll be right back in a short while if you don't go away. Yes, welcome back. My first guest I turned his name to a double name, Adamu Garba. And most of the young ones would have seen a lot of him on social media already. And, but you are Adamu Garba 2.
Yes.
The second.
Yes.
I choose to call it 2.
Yes.
Who was the first Adamu Garba?
Yeah,
First of all, welcome to Seriously Speaking.
Thank you very much.
I hope you don't feel like I am putting you on the spot, inviting you to this show.
No, at all.
Okay.
Very happy with this, and I see it as an opportunity to talk to you
personally. Okay.
Yes.
So who's the first Adamu Garba?
He's my great-grandfather, let me mention it that way. So he's the real Adamu Garba. Then one of his grandsons was also named Adamu Garba. So my father, who happened to be the son of his grandson, named me Adamu Garba. So we are coming from all this traditional Islamic scholar background. So they say, okay, this guy, since you are named the same name, can you continue with, since it's a family tradition? So I was asked to adopt it as a second, and I took it that way.
You're originally from Adamawa State?
Yes.
But you've been living in Lagos since you were 24?
No. I was living in Lagos, 24. That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
What brought you to Lagos?
I came to Lagos in search of opportunities. Yeah. Came to look for a job. When I got a job, I think my first job was in one maritime company as an IT guy. And
is that your background, though?
Huh? Yeah, that's my background, IT, technology. Then from there, I got another job again with one IT company. And then from there, I got with an oil company in Warri, and then worked a little for 9 months, resigned, came back to Lagos again, got another job in IT company because that's my passion. And after some few months, I was able to set up my business, IPI Solutions. 9 years down the line now, the company is there, employing about 45 staffs, and with about 13 international recognition from different bodies. Yes.
You know, at this point in time, anybody who's showing interest is just an expression of interest.
Absolutely.
You expressed interest since November last year.
Yeah.
So the tendency is for Nigerians to look at these people are just rabble-rousers and noisemakers. How will you respond to that?
I will respond to them to look into my own profile. I really like the fact that this interview is about personality. They should go and search and see the commitment for a person who is desirous of seeing a great Nigeria for a very long period of time. And if you check almost on my website, adamugarba.org, you will see virtually all Nigerian problems and their specific solutions. This is a result of 12 years of extensive study on how to fix Nigeria. I picked interest in wanting to be the president of this country since somewhere around 2004.
You must have been 21.
Yeah.
What does a 21-year-old know about ruling a country?
Sincerely, personally, I cannot even say why. But I was like a little bit activist, talking about social ills in the society. And I came to understand that there are root causes of these ills. And those root causes are usually from the governance system of the country, because that's where the moral consciousness of the society raised a little bit higher. And then the country gives a platform for people to be what they want to be or what they should be.
What kind of home did you grow up in?
I grew up in a very humble background.
That kind of social activist that you turned out to be?
Very humble background. In fact, my father was an Islamic scholar, and my mother is a PT trader, And at some point throughout my life, when I was 4 years old, there is this debate between my dad and my mom about which school I should go to. My dad wants me to go to Almajiri school. My mom wants me to go to conventional school. So it dragged a little before it was agreed that I need to be in Almajiri school for 4 years before going back to conventional school when I'm 8. After circumcision, then we circumcise you sometime around that time. So I went to Almajiri school. So I started from Almajiri. From there, I now went to conventional school. The primary school I attended to was one of the lowest, because when we started the primary school, we don't even have classrooms. So we actually study under the tree, normal northern.
And this was in Adamawa?
In
what city?
Jimeta.
Oh, Jamaica.
But there is, and it's a rural part of Jamaica. The area is called Jambutu. So the primary school is called Jambutu Primary School, founded in 1990. So I am one of the first sets of the students in that school. So that's actually how we started studying. And from the primary school, I moved to secondary school in the same Jamaica, Dubeli Secondary School. From that secondary school, I moved to university in Kano. It's a state university. Then, of course, my social activism was a little bit higher then because I was the youth leader of my local government youth, Jamaica Youth Development Association, when I was just 19. So it gives me a lot of high profile then. In fact, we even run a very strong campaign that changed the people, like it was a PDP state then, but we were able to produce the local government chairman, the State House of Assembly, and even the member of House of Reps under a different party, simply because of that activism. So I got an admission in Kano.
So have you ever been, when were you a registered member of any political party?
Yes, I was a member of PDP. I love PDP then.
So you registered and you have a card?
Yes, because I was a serious fan then when I was growing up of Obasanjo. I trusted Obasanjo, you know, so I like everything he said and do, and that is even why I went into PDP. But in my state, there are issues. There's a complete disconnect then, 2003, between the PDP and the people. Then we decided to go for the opposition MPP and then produce people, different people from a different party to be leading. I went back to Kano, started studying. From there, I started talking about the unity of the nation because it's a state university where we have different people coming from different parts of the country.
University.
Kano University, you know, and that was when Sharia was very, very strong. So I was advocating for one Nigeria, for unity, for common humanity.
What kind of friends did you have? Your friends were from what part of Nigeria, even while you were in school?
All. Personally, I'm those kind of person that didn't see somebody and identify him with anything other than human. It's my nature. I grew up like that. And that is even what cost me my university degree because I was restricted somewhere when I was in 300 level. Although I'm the best student of electrical engineering, but I was sent out simply because I was talking around this common humanity when Sharia was very strong in Kano. We were able to advocate and make sure that Christians worship within the school. And then we are also galvanizing support for people to see Nigeria as a common country. And I was talking about contesting for the president in 2019. Then we call it Vision 2019-2035 at that school. They thought I'm
That's
mad.
when you were 21?
Yeah, that's when I was 21. So they thought I'm mad. They sent me away.
So this is you living up to your promise.
Absolutely.
How it's going to play out is definitely in the hands of God and Nigerians,
That's
or
true.
whatever party you choose to come out from.
Absolutely.
But when I want to take you back to Jamaica, what's the name of the village again?
Jambutu.
Jambutu. That
Yes,
sounds
yes,
so
yes.
romantic. Yeah. So in Jambutu, when was the last time you went to Jambutu? And what is it about Jambutu that makes you think that maybe the whole of Nigeria needs something that can change places like Jambutu?
I was in Jambutu just last month. My father is there. I just even finished giving him a new house there. You see, it's all emotional.
That's your primary school.
That's why
they have buildings now, I'm sure.
Yes, they have buildings, they have other things. But the problem is, there is this gap between this 35-year-old man and the 35-year-old people that are living around that area, simply because of lack of opportunities. Many people have lost hope. They took to drugs, they took to crime. They are confused, they are caged with one kind of ideology that doesn't work.
What is that
They need to be
ideology?
reawakened. Ideology of
that the North belongs to the Northerners or something like
not
that?
really like that. Not really like that. It's like there is this way a society around my area is shaped to show that you can actually only be successful when God come and pick you up and make you success. You can't really work towards it, you know. So everybody is just relaxing and waiting for something to come from the sky to make him who he wants to be. And at the end of the day, the society is really going down. So we need to awaken this moral consciousness. And it's not something that is happening only in Jambutu. It's something that is happening countrywide because of over-politicization of religion that talks to you about miracle that is coming from something to make you who you are, other than your real self. So it's something we really need to change.
Now, do you have to go to the highest office to be able to change that?
Absolutely, yes. Because Nigeria is from the beginning, from the founding of this country, 1960, when independence was granted, the leaders that formed the coalition of ruling Nigeria then were having traditional allegiance to their region. So they politicized the center. There is no committed effort to unite the country as a common entity. So all of them will walk to the center talk to the center just to get the share for their region. So there is a complete politicization that creates a lot of polarization within the country and extend a fault line that need to be breached. And this thing can happen when there is a symbolic representation of that unity at the center. One. Two, on our economic policy, we have a program that we wanted to implement.
Are you talking about your manifesto?
No, not really. Just the reasons
no,
why
I'm just wondering
there.
why you would be interested. You could have gone as your local government chairman. You could have gone as your governor.
Yes.
You could have gone a councillor.
The problem is, Nigeria's problem is not having a position. Nigeria's problem is a system. The system is designed in such a way that once you become a governor, a councillor, a chairman, a reps, a senator, or president, you sit at the center and share or pick the share of your pie. That's the way the system is. No matter how sincere you are, if you get into the system, you get corrupted along the path. We have a history of people that are very good. When they get in, they get contaminated with the system. What you need to do is to attack the system. And the only way to attack the system is to
go from the top. Okay, that's interesting. But I would like you to share your opinion on something that's very important, especially because you went to an Amajiri school and you are a Fulani.
Yes.
You know, right now, it's not a word that a lot of Nigerians like to hear because of what's happening with all the cattle rustling and all of that.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
The issue is...
Just quickly as we run.
Yes. The issue is I rear cattle. I start briefing you about it. I was a cattle rearer somewhere when I was 12 years old.
But did you follow? Oh, so you used to
follow them? Yes, I followed them. When I came back from primary school, the joy I used to rear my cattle. But it can't continue this way, because the world has moved beyond that. Then when we rear cattle, you only have 2 or 3. Now people have much more. We have almost 22 million cattle in Nigeria. How do you expect to be moving them around? It's not possible.
So you're one of those that advocates at least that cattle should stay in a ranch.
In fact, the first person that started advocating for this extensively when the crisis started happening, we have to ranch them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So for you, what pains you most about Nigeria? One word so that I can go on my break.
What pains me more about this country is the way the country is supposed to be an economically integrated unit. Now it become a politically disintegrated unit with geopolitical zones and so instead of geoeconomic zones. And that's why we are proposing 9 geoeconomic zones to replace our geopolitical zones.
Thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it. But I won't say thank you without giving you a handshake. So please, if you don't mind, thank you very much for being with us on the show. I appreciate it, though I think you are young, but you never know.
Yeah, in fact, don't worry. The young is what we need in the country.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Yes.
So I'll be right back with my next guest, as usual, if you don't go away.